How is it that you can use influencers to land PR? Hi guys, my name is Deepak Shukla, founder at Pearl Lemon PR. We're a public relations agency based in the UK, USA, as well as Uganda, and serving clients worldwide. And here today, in day number 29 of 39 days of public relations training, we're here to talk about using influencers to land yourself further PR. But before we get into it, feel free to click the link in the description below to get access to 11 additional strategies that are not shared in this training. So, what is this and how does it work? Look, fundamentally, this is the interesting part. You'll have seen it in a couple of places where there's someone that you know that has got a photo or an interview with an influencer, like some kind of interaction engagement with an influencer. Okay, so that could be that could happen in a number of ways. You could go to a red carpet event. You could go to a show where you could go to a show where the artist or the influencer is performing or presenting or just is there, and you could try and get some snaps. So, proximity marketing, getting some snaps. You could also do this virtually, okay? Because that might be a virtual event. It could be a one-to-one that you pay for. So there's different ways that you could do it via virtually or doing it one-to-one. Of course, all of this comes with, well, I say it comes with a price tag, it depends, but you could do it virtually. You could also do it via email and have some email correspondence with an influencer, okay? So based upon any of these ultimately platforms, photo, virtual, so that's in person, that's remote, that's in writing, and then that's one to one. So there's one to many, which is the photo op. There's one to one, which could happen virtually or in person, and then there's the email op, and then there's of course like a phone call, voice only. So once you've ultimately had some level of engagement with some influencer, you can use that to generate republishing. I mean, you can use that for press in so many ways, okay? So one of the ways that you could definitely use it is in the same way that people use logos on their websites to create authenticity, to establish authenticity, to create trust, and to create brand relevance. So BR BR for the PR, so brand relevance for public relations. So that could be definitely a way that we can do it, and we'll maybe delve into that to in a later discussion. So you could use it for ultimately that purpose. The second element is using the influencer connection to go and get yourself more PR. Okay, because if I get, for example, a request for anything from someone who's got photos, let's say, and let's say I'm in the music industry and I'm a music agent, and then this guy's got a photo of Ed Sheeran, it's going to turn my head more than someone else who just got a photo of them smiling like a pro headshot. So think about the impact it has when you've got a picture or some kind of engagement with, and there's global influencers. Ed Sheeran probably he transcends his niche. Or if you've got, for example, a photo with Boris Johnson, the current UK Prime Minister, that transcends niches. And then you've got, of course, subject matter or industry experts who you'll know of, or people in your industry will know of. So Brian Dean within the world of SEO, or Neil Patel, but others won't know of. And depending upon the influencer, the level that they're at, and then there can be community level influencers, but depending upon those things, accessibility to them can change. And once you can map out influencers, the level of influence they have, and not really, and again, of course, we're going to talk about the direct engagement and them basically sharing their engagement with you on their socials in some way or making introductions. I mean, that's a whole new ball game, which I don't think we're going to discuss in this training. But fundamentally, if you can map that out and then you can work out who you want to connect with, then there's so many different ways that you can leverage influencer connections just through one contact to land yourself additional PR, and the reusability aspect of it is quite significant. So looking at these elements and then using that as a leverage point to get further PR, to talk about like comment. Yeah, we'll go on to talk about that also. The kind of commentary PR. There's lots of different angles, but it all begins with fundamentally that initial meeting, and using that initial meeting, which you need to orchestrate, choreograph. Again, that's something Pearl Lemon can help you with, Pearl Lemon PR, and then using that to create many more opportunities for yourself. But there you go. That should get your brain working in overdrive to think about how you can use influencers to land PR.